All right, welcome to a bonus episode of Lackluster Video Podcast. I put together what I think is going to be a good playlist of sorts for Halloween this year. I kind of planned out the movies that I'm going to watch. I'm going to show you guys. I want to say, maybe for the most part, I'm going to seem basic with a lot of these movie suggestions. Some of them are just me wanting to kind of put movies out in the world that deserve more respect, that deserve more Halloween notoriety. And then some of them are just going to be like your obvious run-of-the-mill Halloween movies. So the format is going to be like this. I'm going to give you a movie for the main days of the week where I like watching movies. Like Thursday, Friday, Saturday are going to be like the premiere movie days. And then I'm going to give you suggestions for shows that could kind of like play in the background and be more just like match the Halloween vibes as you like do stuff in your house or maybe just scroll on your phone. Just good Halloween background stuff. Let's get right into it with the first week. So the first day of October, starting today, you got to get into the spirit with something obvious, something that feels so Halloween, you can't deny it. And this one is a classic for me. This is one that I watch every year. If you do not like Hocus Pocus, please tell me and tell me why. I find maybe the main reason is people just don't like things that become like the meta. Hocus Pocus is just like the most Halloween spirited movie in my opinion. Next, we got Mars Attacks. Now I know Mars Attacks isn't like super Halloween, but it's so fun. We're going to get some scary ones in here, though. Also, if you join my email list, which is below, I'll be sending this out as a list with other suggestions as well. So that's a good Thursday movie watch. And then in our premiere spots, for Friday, we got The Faculty. Now, this is a movie that I thought was super popular. I thought that a lot of people watched this. Turns out that I've asked a few people and they're just like, The Faculty? No, I'm not sure if I remember that. The Faculty is a must-watch horror movie. It is. It just is. It's like a sci-fi horror, kind of. I'm going to be doing a full episode on this movie, so I'm not going to talk about them too much, but watch The Faculty. It is a nice little eerie, kind of uncomfortable watch. Okay, and then next we got Oddity, which is, in my opinion, this movie is scary. This movie is actually like one of the scarier watches where you're like, okay, you need somebody to watch this with. Because at nighttime, by yourself, it's a bit much. Then we got Dead Silence, which has like very mixed reviews. Some people hate this movie. I think that if I'm predicting the Rotten Tomatoes score of this movie, I'm going to say it's probably like around 50-something%, maybe 60, but I don't even know. I don't know. There's just certain movies that are scary if you're open-minded to it being scary. So that might sell the movie short, but I do enjoy watching that movie. So let's go to the next week. We got to watch Dead Alive. You have to watch Dead Alive. If you haven't watched it, there's a reason why this movie has a cult following and why this movie is popular. Like turning it on and the first few minutes you're like, oh, this is going to be so cheesy. But the cheesiness is what makes the movie amazing as it goes on. Then we have Haunted Mansion, which is a nice fun watch, something light. I think every week I throw in one or two light watches. Then we have Scream, easily one of my favorite horror movies ever. I tend to like paranormal horror movies, but Scream is one of those slashers that I do enjoy. The Saturday picks are going to be for the ones that I highly recommend you watch. So we have 13 Ghosts coming next. I really like 13 Ghosts. I haven't watched this in so long. So when I put it on, I know I'm going to really enjoy it as if it's like my first time watching it. Used to watch this movie all the time. And I'm not sure if you know this, on the DVD, they had like bonus features where it gives you the background of each ghost. That's a reason why I suggest picking up DVDs when you see them or when you have a chance. Because those some of the bonus features on a lot of these movies are very insightful and very entertaining. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. I just watched that for the first time this year. And I've always avoided it because like horror comedies are always so bad. I mean like comedy first horror movies. There's horrors that mix in humor very well, but this one is a comedy first horror and it's actually really enjoyable. It was fun to watch, over the top deaths and all that, like a lot of gore. If you're into that kind of stuff, you'll really enjoy this movie. Now we're in the middle of the month. We're in full October mode now. Joyride, I threw it in there because you guys know I love Joyride. I love Joyride, and it's a thriller. You could swap this out with something else, but I suggest giving Joyride a chance in October because I think it'll fit in. Okay, the mortuary, God help me, mortuary. There we go. The Mortuary Collection. This movie it feels so like nostalgic Halloween. If that doesn't make any sense, but what I'm saying is when we were kids and we would throw on a Halloween style movie, Goosebumps, Halloween Town, Trick or Treat, like those movies that feel Halloween, this movie feels very Halloween. You know what? Let's say this is a must-watch for October for you guys. That's an assignment I'm putting you on. Watch The Mortuary Collection. It's good. Also, I don't know if I'm going to have any horror movie snobs in here. The channel isn't a horror movie channel, but I like to go into most movies with an open mind. Like I'm the type of person that can enjoy a horrible movie. Next, we have an actual scary movie, Evil Dead Rise. This is what I mean, where this is like my jam for horror, like possession, stuff like that. I feel like those movies scare me more because like if I'm like taking my dog out at night or like getting up in the middle of the night to pee, I'm usually scared of like a demon jumping out from my shower, from behind my shower curtain, and like Evil Dead is very scary. Some stupid character choices which kind of mess up movies for me, but it doesn't mess up this movie. Watch Evil Dead Rise. Next, okay, I think this one is one of my sleepers, and I put it on Saturday for a reason. It's a fun Halloween movie that's newer, which I feel like these newer Halloween movies, because we're bombarded with so many releases, it's hard for some of them to stand out and really pick up a fan base. So I wanted to put this one in here because I feel like it has the potential to be a movie that stays in your Halloween rotation. Not saying like, you know, it's the best writing, not saying it's the most scary or entertaining. It's very solid, like a 3.5 if I'm grading it. It's a solid movie. Next is Barbarian, which I might even rate Barbarian as a perfect movie. I went into it blind. If you don't know the premise of the movie, just watch it. Don't even read the synopsis because it goes off away, like the story goes off to like a place that I was not expecting at all. I thought I had it figured out in the middle of the movie, but no, you don't have it figured out. Next, okay, we watched Barbarian. The next movie we gotta watch is Weapons, and it's out now for rent, I believe, so you could watch it at home. Weapons is definitely a perfect movie in my opinion. I was actually like shook watching this in the theater. I'm sure most of you guys watched that though. That movie blew up. So next up on the list is The Others. I haven't watched this movie since I was a kid. I remember being scared of it, but I don't remember the movie that well. Obviously, I remember the ending. It's not going to shock me again, but I don't remember if it was like scary. I don't remember if it had my heart racing or if it just like moved really slow. So I want to watch it again as an adult and really enjoy it. Talk to Me. I thought Talk to Me was a great movie. I feel like it's body horror and the paranormal shit. So I want to throw it on again. This week I think is the most scary. Yeah, I think this one is the most scary week. We're getting closer to Halloween. So also guys, if you think there's movies I should swap out or try to squeeze in, feel free to comment them. I'll watch more movies. Saturday, next up, is Trick or Treat. I put it on here because people love Trick or Treat. It's not one of my favorite movies. I'm going to throw it on because of the vibes. This is probably going to be the week where we carve pumpkins and all that shit, so I think that this is going to be the perfect movie to throw on and, a group horror movie watch. The Conjuring, I know people hate The Conjuring. It's old. It's played out in some people's opinion, but I still love it. I just love the way it's shot. I felt like they really stepped up horror a little bit when these movies started coming out. And the scenes in the basement, like near the end of the movie, them bitches scared me, I ain't gonna lie. 29th and 30th. The 29th I'm throwing on Jeepers Creepers. I remember Jeepers Creepers being one of my favorite movies. I even really like Jeepers Creepers too. So I do want to throw that on and see what it does for me. Late Night with the Devil is a must watch. I think for October. You know, it's set on Halloween night, but I have 2 other movies to throw on Halloween. I'm giving you a double feature. Halloween, of course, obviously. We got to watch Halloween. And don't hate me, we got to watch Terrifier. Terrifier is well on his way to becoming one of the GOATs in horror. You know, when we think of the Freddy Kruegers, Mike Myers, Jason Voorhees, Terrifier's on his way up there, whether you guys like it or not. You gotta cut slack to the movies, though. I am not saying this is one of the best horror movies. Now let's talk about the background watches, the ones that give off the scary vibes. These are just suggestions to fill in these Mondays and Tuesdays when we might be a little too tired to really sit down and watch something and pay attention to it. These are great background watches. Besides one of them, The Haunting of Hill House is clearly a standout here. It's the only one that's not like animated and fun and light. In fact, it's the complete opposite. The Haunting of Hill House is one of the greatest things I've ever watched, period. So, if by chance you haven't seen it, make time to binge it in October. They also have The Haunting of Bly Manor, which isn't as good, but it's still decent. Yeah, so bonus episodes are going to be more like this. They're never... when I do a bonus episode, I don't think it'll ever be a review, but it'll be just something fun like this, like a general conversation, like rating movies or playing like some sort of movie game. I hope you guys could pick out some movies that you like on here. Let me know which ones you're definitely swapping out. Let me know which ones you do not like at all. And please check out the email list. You could see what movie I'm going to be reviewing next week before it comes out, so that you can watch it as well. Anyway, hope you guys take some of my suggestions. Until next time, be kind, subscribe.